Shalom, 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 Yasharahla. It's your brother Nechamiah from Nations and Kings and Priests, NoKaP Cali section. All right. And before I get into this class, I want to say, Call Halal Yahweh, Bahashem Yahwahshi. All right. Giving all honor and all glory to the Heavenly Father in His name, in the name of His only begotten Son, Yahwahshi, who the world ignorantly called Jesus Christ today. All right. And I want to send a mighty shalom to all the Akim out there on the highways and byways, presenting their bodies as a living sacrifice according to Romans, the 12th chapter and verse 1. All right, magnifying the name of the Most High, pushing this word out, bidding our people back to this covenant, bringing them back to this marriage. All right, telling them how to keep the law, statutes, and commandments, showing them how to keep the law, statutes, and commandments by being examples for them. All right, shalom, shalom, shalom. I also want to send out another mighty shalom to all the Akwathim in this thing, all right? Reverencing their husbands, being submissive, being diligent in the word, walking in the righteous paths of our foremothers, actually following the paths of our righteous foremothers that the Most High gave our sisters for an example to walk after. All right, shalom, shalom, shalom. I also want to send out another mighty shalom to all the Zaquanium of the Marshara Yasharhala, and also all the elders outside of the Marshara Yasharhala who's been putting forth this work for 20, 30, 40 years and going, enduring in this truth, being examples for how we can endure as well, magnifying the name of the Most High. All right. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Now, the topic of this class, all right, we're going to do a ThaWaRa PaRaSha. All right. That's Torah portion in the ancient Hebrew or in the Paleo Hebrew, in the ancient tongue, our native tongue, the Israelites, the holy language of the Israelites, our holy language, all right? Not Yiddish, all right? None of that, all right? So the topic of this class is going to be, I didn't have a title for it, so I'm going to title it right now, all right? So the topic of this class is going to be humanity toward brethren, all right? Humanity toward brethren, all right? Thou shalt not steal from your brethren, all right? So let's get into this thing. This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 22 and verse 31. We're going to start off with this, all right? And it reads, therefore shall ye keep my commandments and do them. All right? I am the Most High. Keep my commandments and do them. Very simple. All right? When we're out there teaching, anytime we're teaching a sleep Israelite about the things that we are required of, we always go to keep the commandments, precepts. We go to the curses. We feed them that milk, the basic things, the basic breakdowns, for them to understand it, for the light to turn on, for it to finally click, be like, oh, now I understand. All right. So we're always going to go over these. Don't ever feel like bringing out precepts about keeping the commandments is getting old. The Bible don't get old. All right. The scriptures never get old. They never will be. It don't matter how many times you bring precepts out, how many times you bring breakdowns out. All right. These things in according to the fourth chapter of Deuteronomy, we have to write these things on our hand and on our heart. So that with that being said, that means we always have to talk about the scriptures. We always got to bring the scriptures out. We always got to talk about keeping the commandments, and we always got to be doing them. All right. We always have to do them. Therefore shall ye keep my commandments and do them. We can't be hearers of the word and don't do them. No. We have to do. The big D-O. Do them. All right. So with that being said, we're going to go to the book of Deuteronomy. As a matter of fact, let me get that in the GNT too. Let me just get it in the GNT so you can hear a different wording of it. It's Leviticus chapter 22 and verse 31. The Most High said, obey my commands obey my commands. All right. We have to obey everything he tells us to do. And this is what we have to do. The next thing that's going to be brought up. So let's get into it. All right. It's Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22. We're going to start at verse 1. All right. And I'm going to highlight all the verses that I'm going to be reading. All right. We're going to just do 1 through 4. This is the ThaWaRa PaRaSha, Torah portion. All right. So we're doing a portion of the Torah. I'm going to be doing these classes as well. I have a few series going. So whatever my spirit lead me to do, that's what's going to be done. All right. So it's the Shabbat. Shabbat Shalom to all the Akim Akwathim watching this thing. All right. This is the ThaWaRa PaRaSha Torah portion. All right. And we're going, whenever I do these classes, we're going through the ThaWaRa, the Torah. That's all we're going to be doing when it comes to the ThaWaRa PaRaSha, is we going through the Torah. And this is going to constantly be done. It's going to keep going and keep going and keep going and keep going until we're skillful in the law. As close as we can get to the HaMashiac in this law. We should be able to quote out book, chapter, and verse whenever we see they say that in the book of Deuteronomy 22, 1 through 5. You can't do that. You got to do that. That's some commandments. It's in the law. You know, this is the reason why we have Torah portions, the ThaWaRa PaRaSha, is to become skillful in the law. So anytime we're reading in any other book in the scriptures, we have been weaned from the milk. We have been weaned from the law, statutes, and commandments, meaning that we know this thing. So anytime a dark saying, something deeper, the fattier parts of the scriptures, we can understand them. All right, so let me not get too off track. So this is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22 and verse 1. Thou shalt not see thy brother's ox or his sheep go astray, and hide thyself from them. Thou shalt in any case bring them again unto thy brother. All right. So the context is talking about your brother, and if he loses something. All right. For instance, if he loses his possessions, his property, such as his ox or his sheep. In today's time, it could be a dog, it could be a cat, it could be whatever other pet that he has. All right. Thou shalt not see thy brother's ox or his sheep go astray, and hide thyself. All right. So if he loses his property, his possession, don't hide yourself from it. So if you see his dog running astray, right? If you're just in the position, and this would apply to someone who's actually in this position, and you have to remember these laws, statutes, and commandments, because whenever you are in a position like this, you know exactly what to do. And this is a commandment. This is law. That this is what you have to do. This is our heritage. You know, this is humanity toward your brethren. All right. So don't hide yourself. If you see his dog running off, be like, man, I ain't finna go take that dog, man. It ain't my dog. That's his problem. No, Ak, or Akwath, or Akwath. That you don't do that. You don't see your brother's dog or his cat running astray, and you don't grab it up for him. That's his property. That's his possession. You don't ignore it. That's off. According to the scriptures that we can see right now, the Most High is going to let us know what we're supposed to be doing. And hide thyself from them. Don't hide yourself from it. Don't run off and be like, man, I don't even like that dog, man. You know, every time I go over there, he growling at me. You know, Ak, that's no. You still have to keep this commandment. You have to get your brother's possession. All right. Get his property. Get his dog, his cat, whatever the animal or pet that he has. You have to grab it. All right. And let's continue to read. Thou shalt in any case bring them again unto thy brother. So if you see it and you're in the case to where, he just right around the corner real quick. Let me grab the dog. Let me go drop it off to him and let him know, like, hey, your dog was out here running astray, man. You leave the back door open or something. You know, you go bring it back to him. You just don't ignore it and you keep it pushing. Nah, that's off according to the scriptures. All right, let's move on to verse 2. And if thy brother be not nigh unto thee, or see, so if he's not close to you, say if you live about 20 minutes away. All right. And if thy brother be not nigh unto thee, or if thou know him not, you might not know a. All right. It doesn't matter if you know him or you don't know him. Then thou shalt bring it unto thine own house. So if you know this Ak, or if you don't know, but you know it's in the vicinity of like in the ancient times, it was a little bit different, So you have to do accordingly to the times we're living in now. All right. So if he's not nigh unto thee, or if you don't, or if thou know him not, if you don't know a brother, then shalt thou bring it unto thine own house. You take the property that he has lost, or his possession that he has lost, and you bring it to your house until what? And it shall be with thee until thy brother seek after it. So if he comes out and be like, "Hey, Ak, you seen a loose dog, man? You seen a loose dog running around, man? He black, he got gold stripes on him. Have you ever seen it? Hey, you probably could have it." You're like, "Yeah, I got it." This is a part of the reason why if you see something astray, you will take it to your house. All right, if it be thy brother's. All right. And it shall be with thee until thy brother seek after it. All right. Until thy brother seek after it. So when he's looking, hey, it's in your house. It's in a place that's safe. All right. It's being fed. It's being cared for. This is part of that humanity towards your brethren. All right. And it shall be with thee until thy brother seek after it. It shall be with thee until he comes and seek after it. It don't matter if it's a year. Don't matter if it's 3 months, a 1 month, a week. When he comes to seek after it, it's in thine own house. All right. And thou shalt restore it to him again. Whenever he does seek after it, you give it back to him. All right. Yeah, brother, this I've been holding on to it. Even if you didn't know the Ak, and if it says, if thou know him not, and he comes searching for it, and he's giving out descriptions of what it looked like, hey, you restore it back to him. All right. Let's go back. Let's go, Salakia. Let's go forward. Verse 3. In like manner shalt thou do with his ass, and so shalt thou do with his raiment, and with all lost thing of thy brothers. So anything that he loses, you treat it the same exact way. All right. You treat it the same exact way. And with all lost thing of thy brothers, which he hath lost, and thou hast found, shalt thou do likewise. Anything that he loses, anything that goes astray, if he loses a shirt, he loses a garment, he forgot his wine bottle that he liked, anything that is lost, and thou hast found, shalt thou do likewise to anything he has. Thou mayest not hide thyself. Don't be that brother or sister being like, man, I'm not doing all that. I gotta do something. I'm not doing all that. No, you gotta keep the commandments. That's what you gotta do. That's our whole duty in the first place, is to keep these law, statutes, and commandments. So you gonna do this, or you got something else coming. All right, and you should love to do this, man. This is what they will, humanity. This is love right here. This is love right here. All right. Some people will call it hospitality. People don't do this today, and it's so simple. People don't do this today. You know what I'm saying? Our people do not do this today. It's very rare. All right, but hey, we keeping these law, statutes, and commandments. This is something that we gonna do anytime we come across this situation. We keeping this thing. Verse 4: Thou shalt not see thy brother's ass or his ox fall down by the way, and hide thyself from them. Thou shalt surely help him to lift them up again. All right. I'm going to read that again. Thou shalt not see thy brother's ass or his ox fall down by the way, and hide thyself. So if anything happens to his cattle, it falls in the ditch, it tumbles over, it falls down. Don't hide yourself from it. Go help. All right. Thou shalt surely help him to lift them up again. All right. Thou shalt surely help them to lift them up again. All right. So let's go to the GNT. Since I already broke it down in the KJV, let's go to the GNT and see what the GNT say. All right. So let's go Deuteronomy 22. All right. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22 and verse 1. If ye see a fellow Israelite's cow or sheep running loose, do not ignore it. Take it back to him. But if its owner lives a long way off, or if you don't know who owns it, then take it home with you. When its owner comes looking for it, give it to him. Do the same thing if you find a donkey, a piece of clothing, or anything else that your fellow Israelite may have lost. If a fellow Israelite's donkey or cow has fallen down, don't ignore it. Help him to get the animal to its feet again. All right, so that's plain. When you read it in a different translation, it's good to do parallels as well. You know what I'm saying? So you can get a different wording of it, to make it more clear, make it more plain. All right, so I just wanted to do this quick class, a quick ThaWaRa PaRaSha, all right, about these laws, statutes, and commandments. I'm going to be doing this continuously. It's going to be an ongoing thing. We're always going to dive into the ThaWaRa, all right, because I see a lot of congregations, they do classes, but I don't really see something specifically just towards the ThaWaRa. I could be wrong. Maybe I don't see something or anything like that. I'm not bashing nobody or anything like that, or bashing no congregation or anything like that. But I haven't really seen it to where they say just do something that's strictly in the law. So I'm going to make a series and do a ThaWaRa PaRaSha just strictly in the ThaWaRa, strictly in the Torah. All right. So with that, it's your brother Nehemiah, Ak Nehemiah from Nations and Kings and Priests, NoKaP Cali section. Shalom.